into our fireside chat today. Let's get straight into the topic. And as the president of Braun Asia Pacific, given the current situation of the COVID pandemic in Malaysia, when you notice it first started to deteriorate, when did you start to notice that things were not going right? And when the country and government declared MCO on the 18th of April, what was running in your mind? In March, 18th of March, yeah.
I think before the MCO, we took things for granted. Not just us. I think the general public and most governments also look at it and thought that it's just another flu. And people were still very relaxed about the ramification that it bring. I think when just shortly before the government declared that the MCO, we were monitoring the progress in the different countries, especially in China. And one thing struck our mind was that the spread of the infection was unbelievably rapid and far-reaching. So we were quite worried in that sense. And when the government in Malaysia declared MCO, that put us into perspective. But the first thought is for our people to be safe. The safety of our people was the first top priority that we had. And we were doing whatever we can to ensure that our people are safe and their families are safe. So that's the first important thing we had to grapple with. Now, why it is crucial that our business activities are not affected? Because we are in healthcare.
Yes. You're listed as one of the essential providers, isn't it? Essential services.
Yes, we are producing products that are used in hospitals. Right. And these are greatly in need at times like that during a pandemic. Now, it's also crucial to note that we are not just producing for the domestic market. 95% or 94% of our products are exported.
I see.
And Penang also house what we call a center of excellence for one of our products, which is the intravenous catheter.
I see, okay. Right.
We are one of the 2 sites in the world that produce IVCs.
Wow, one of 2 sites. One of 2 sites.
Yes, we are the only site end-to-end with starting from R&D, product design, production. Okay. And we are the largest site. So the products are exported throughout the world and used in many countries. And that's why it was crucial for us that the government has to realize that we can't stop operation because the products are needed to save lives. Yeah, we take pride in the clean room that we maintain, and it is required. It is a prerequisite for all medical devices manufacturers. So when the government had guidelines on how we should clean or disinfect or clean our offices, we were quite happy because we are already doing it even at normal times.
Right.
Our clean room are wiped down 3 times a day.
Wow.
Okay. And it's absolutely clean with a HEPA filter in place, and so it's a very safe environment in the clean room. But of course, we have to also comply with the government directives at the common areas like the canteen, the lobby, and the offices. So we had to also make preparations that those areas are cleaned regularly and as frequent as possible.
Okay.
I think I would like to touch on how different this is compared to 97 or 2008. we are going through now really unprecedented. And when we say unprecedented, I think we all look at the impact on the economy in the different countries. We all look at the impact of the pandemic on the lives of the people.
Yes.
You know, SARS was bad in terms of mortality.
Yes.
But SARS did not spread so fast.
That's right.
This pandemic is different. And it put everyone on our toes. And how do you deal with this spread, which is completely, you know, a scale that we cannot imagine.
Yep.
Just look at the number of cases in US.
Yep.
Just look at
over a million.
and just look at the actions that have taken by the government to lock down the borders and prevent traveling. So you can already imagine that the containment measures were very drastic. And I'm sure when this was started, the government, I'm sure they already know the impact on the economy. But it's needed to be done so that the problem is arrested and put to rest as soon as possible. Otherwise, impact to the economy is unimaginable. We are let's break this down a little bit. And in a site like Penang, where we have so many people, I think we have to really observe physical distancing. And I'm not using the word social distancing, I'm using the word physical distancing.
What's the difference? Okay, all right.
For sites like Penang, our site in Penang with 7,000 people, what we have done is that for the people, the back-end support on the office staff, we have moved to the coming back, returning to work. We have postponed that.
Okay.
Because we want to make sure that only the essential, the people who are in the essential department, namely operations and productions, are at site.
Okay.
And during this last few weeks, it's proven that we could handle the support services from home.
Okay.
So that gives us a reassurance that they don't have to come back.
Okay. So the support services are like IT, HR, finance,
supply chain, and finance. Those functions can be performed from home.
Right, and does the company provide the technology support in terms of infrastructure, connectivity, and all that is working out fine?
Yes, we're all working out fine.
All right, okay. Good.
But again, like a smaller organization like the sales office in KL, we will comply with the EMCO until 9th of June.
Yes.
Then Team A, Team B will kick in.
Okay.
But we have used this time now to prepare the office to be able for people to come back with physical distancing, with guidelines, with rules that they have to follow.
Right. And so do you think that the customers are ready to meet up with your medical sales rep, assuming that 9th of June, we are able to at least get back to a less severe or lighter version of MCO?
Yes and no.
Okay.
There are certain services that, for example, in the case of joint replacement, replacement of hips and knees and angioplasty, balloon angioplasty. Some of these procedures, doctors would require the presence of our product specialists.
I see.
All for the other non-related to this area of expertise, then I think we will also be very cautious. And I think it's also to the interest of the doctors that they also do not want our people to be at the hospitals.
Right.